Welcome back to Emotional Healing Mindsets. Today, we're addressing an important and often misunderstood topic: autism in adults. For years, autism was considered something that only affected children, but millions of adults are living with autism, many without even knowing it. Autism, or Autism Spectrum Disorder, ASD, presents differently in everyone. Recognizing the signs can be a crucial step toward understanding yourself or a loved one better. It's about self-discovery, about removing the mask and embracing who you truly are. So let's explore 10 common signs of autism in adults. We humans are social creatures. We crave connection. But for some, social interaction isn't easy. It can feel like navigating a maze. Do you often feel out of place in social settings? Do parties drain your energy? Many autistic adults find social cues confusing. They might miss subtle changes in tone or body language. Small talk can feel like an impossible chore. This can lead to feelings of isolation and anxiety. It's not that autistic adults don't crave connection. They do. They simply connect and communicate differently. Many find solace in smaller, intimate groups. They might prefer one-on-one interactions. It's about finding your tribe, those who understand and appreciate you. We all have things we're passionate about, hobbies that bring us joy. Have you ever been so engrossed in something that the rest of the world just melts away? Autistic adults often have intense interests, passions they delve into with singular focus. These pursuits bring deep satisfaction and a sense of purpose. This focus allows them to become true experts in their fields. Our senses, sight, sound, touch, taste, smell, connect us to the world. But for some, these senses can be overwhelming. Everyday sounds can feel like nails on a chalkboard. This is the reality for many autistic adults. Certain sounds might be physically unbearable. Bright lights can feel blinding. Even a gentle touch can feel like sandpaper. These sensitivities are deeply rooted in the nervous system. We live in a world that celebrates spontaneity, the thrill of the unknown. But for many autistic adults, routine isn't just comforting, it's essential. It provides a sense of predictability, a roadmap for navigating the complexities of daily life. Imagine finding comfort in the familiar, the reassurance of knowing what comes next. That's the power of routine for many autistic adults. It's not about being rigid or inflexible, it's about creating a sense of order and stability in a world that can often feel chaotic. This preference for routine might manifest in different ways. It could be following the same morning routine every day, from the moment they wake up to the way they make their coffee. Or it might be taking the same route to work, eating the same foods for lunch, or sticking to a carefully planned schedule. Sudden changes, even small ones, can be incredibly disruptive. It's important for loved ones to understand that this need for routine isn't about being difficult or stubborn, it's about creating a sense of safety and security. We communicate not just with words but with subtle cues, a raised eyebrow, a slight change in tone. But for some, these unspoken signals remain a mystery. They might miss the sarcasm in a friend's voice, the underlying tension in a conversation. Many autistic adults find it challenging to read between the lines, to decipher the unspoken language of emotions. It's not that they lack empathy, far from it. They simply process social and emotional information differently. This can lead to misunderstandings, misinterpretations that can be frustrating for everyone involved. A casual joke might be taken literally, a friendly gesture misinterpreted. This difficulty interpreting social cues can make navigating social situations incredibly challenging. But it's important to remember that this difficulty understanding emotions doesn't mean autistic adults are unemotional. They feel things deeply: joy, sadness, anger, just like anyone else. We communicate in countless ways, through words, gestures, facial expressions. But for some, certain forms of communication feel more natural, more authentic. They might struggle to articulate their thoughts verbally, their words getting jumbled in the heat of the moment. Autistic adults may have a unique way of communicating, one that doesn't always fit neatly into societal norms. They might prefer written communication over verbal, finding solace in the written word where they can carefully craft their thoughts. Small talk, a social ritual many engage in effortlessly, can feel utterly draining. Instead, they might thrive in conversations about their special interests, their passions igniting as they share their knowledge and enthusiasm. They simply communicate in their own way, on their own terms. Imagine your brain as an orchestra, each instrument playing its part to create a harmonious symphony. But what happens when the conductor struggles to keep the tempo, to guide the musicians through a complex score? Executive functioning, the set of mental skills that help us plan, organize, and manage our time, can be a significant challenge for many autistic adults. It's like their brains are wired differently, making everyday tasks feel overwhelming. They might struggle to break down large tasks into smaller, manageable steps, leading to procrastination and feelings of overwhelm. Meeting deadlines, managing multiple commitments, even simple things like remembering appointments can feel like insurmountable hurdles. With understanding and support, autistic adults can develop coping mechanisms and strategies to navigate these challenges. It's about finding tools and techniques that work for them, whether it's using visual aids, breaking down tasks into smaller steps, or seeking guidance from therapists or coaches. We all have our own ways of coping with stress, of finding comfort in moments of anxiety. Some people twirl their hair, others tap their feet. For autistic adults, these self-soothing behaviors often take the form of stimming. Stimming or self-stimulatory behaviors are repetitive movements or vocalizations that serve a vital purpose, to regulate sensory input and manage emotions. It's the body's way of finding equilibrium, of creating a sense of calm amidst the chaos. Stimming can manifest in countless ways. It might be flapping hands, rocking back and forth, tapping fingers, or repeating certain words or phrases. These behaviors aren't meant to be disruptive. They're a way for autistic adults to self-regulate and cope with overwhelming situations. Stimming helps to filter out the noise, to create a sense of order and control. Instead of trying to suppress these behaviors, we should strive to create environments where autistic individuals feel safe and accepted to stim freely. Human connection. It's a fundamental human need, the desire to love and be loved. But for many autistic adults, forming and maintaining relationships can be a constant source of challenge and heartache. It's not that they don't crave intimacy, they do. They simply navigate the world of relationships differently. The social and emotional nuances that come naturally to some can feel like an unsolvable puzzle. They might misinterpret romantic cues, struggle to express their feelings, or find the give and take of relationships overwhelming. This can lead to feelings of isolation, of being misunderstood or even rejected. They might crave closeness but fear the vulnerability that comes with letting someone in. Patience, understanding, and open communication are key. It's about meeting each other halfway, bridging the communication gap, and celebrating the unique ways love and affection are expressed. Imagine living in a constant state of unease, a persistent feeling of dread that casts a shadow over everyday life. For many autistic adults, anxiety isn't just a fleeting emotion, it's a constant companion. This heightened anxiety often stems from the challenges they face navigating a world that wasn't designed with their neurodiversity in mind. Sensory sensitivities, social difficulties, the unpredictability of daily life, all of these can contribute to a pervasive sense of anxiety. Social situations in particular can be incredibly triggering. The fear of saying the wrong thing, of misinterpreting social cues, of not fitting in, it can be paralyzing. But it's important to remember that anxiety is a treatable condition. With the right support, therapy, medication, mindfulness techniques, autistic adults can learn to manage their anxiety and live fuller, more fulfilling lives. If any of these signs resonate with you or someone you know, remember that autism is just one aspect of a person's identity. Understanding these signs can be the first step towards self-acceptance and seeking the support you need. Embracing who you are is the most powerful step on the journey to emotional healing. Thank you for joining us today. Until next time, embrace your unique journey.